Hello everyone and welcome. This is Prof. Voon. In this program, I'll try and respond to a student's inquiry about whether there's an easy way to recall the branches of the abdominal aorta. On the right of the screen, I've listed the arteries that are arising from the abdominal aorta. Some may be in the midline. Of course, some will be actually arising from both sides of the aorta. Now here we're just trying to show it figuratively. And as we build in the inferior vena cava to the right of the aorta, we can regroup that list into 4 groups of arteries, and each group shows something in common about the arteries in that group. For example, we can group them so that the arteries that arise in the center, the midline arteries, are unpaired, and it's illustrated in red here, which means then the other arteries are arising from the sides of the aorta, and so they would be paired. Now, these are the ones now in red that you see here. Now, another way to describe them is whether they supply organs, that is whether they're visceral, or whether they supply the body wall and are parietal branches. Now here, let's do it all over again. The unpaired arteries are in purple, and the paired arteries are now in orange. What if we try to now show the visceral branches? Now you see the top 2 groups are actually the visceral branches supplying organs, while the lower 2 groups are the parietal branches, and I've put them in blue, as you'll see here. If we could take these ways of organizing the arteries and put them into a grid, a 2x2 matrix, we could actually make most sense of it all. And so to answer the question, is there an easy way to recall? I've tried to show you at least, yes, that there is at least one easy way to do that. And to do that now, let's look at the whole grid and let's build up this matrix one by one. So we'll start with the midline branches, the unpaired ones that supply organs. Now the celiac trunk, superior mesenteric, inferior mesenteric arteries are supplying the gut, the foregut, the midgut, and the hindgut respectively. The other group of organs that are being supplied by the visceral branches are the suprarenals, the kidneys, and the gonads, either the ovaries or the testes, being supplied by the ovarian or testicular arteries. The third group of branches, we can think of them as being on both sides of the aorta. That is, they are lateral, and for example, the inferior phrenic arteries are supplying the diaphragm, the lumbar arteries are supplying the lumbar vertebrae, and the common iliac arteries are supplying the pelvis, the perineum, and the lower limbs. The last artery, the median sacral artery, is in the midline, and that, of course, would supply, for example, the sacrum and the rectum. When you study this grid, I hope it makes sense to you and helps you to recall it easily. Now that we have a way to organize these arteries in a simple grid, a 2x2 matrix, go ahead and try it yourself. Just draw a 4-cell grid and then fill it in according to how you recall it. Next, we will look at the branches as they arise from the abdominal aorta. We'll begin from above with the inferior phrenic arteries and end with the median sacral artery inferiorly. Note that we have 4 or 5 lumbar arteries on each side in us, and that the right and left renal arteries are equal in length since the aorta is in the midline. To the right, of course, is the inferior vena cava, and here there are 6 vertebral levels from thoracic 12 to L5 with some representative arteries that you may wish to note if you want to remember some of them. Go ahead and screenshot it and then study it at your leisure. The final slide is the matrix, which shows that the groupings are based on their location and their distribution. I hope this is of use to you and easy enough.